Hello, welcome to Screen Talk with yours truly, Nomfanelo. So, I would have had this video out sooner, but I've been busy with work, and plus, two, with all the stuff happening with the whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, that kind of took up a lot of time. But it's better late than never with this video. So, I want to talk about The Fall Guy. So, first, I was able to see the movie um, this past week in IMAX advanced screening, and I really enjoyed the movie. So, the movie is now out in theaters if you guys want to check that out. I do recommend it. It's a fun action comedy movie. So, the movie, it came out number one this weekend, and it opened below expectations. And I've seen some wild takes about the box office performance of this movie, ranging from the leads are not traditional movie stars to it opened the wrong weekend, or because it's the IP and so forth. So I want to share with you with the numbers, with the box office numbers. So I usually go to the numbers to look at box office info. I do find they're more reliable. So at the time of this recording, it has made $66.4 million. Domestically, has made over 29.6 million, internationals 36.7 million. So it was reported that the movie made $28 million, I think, on Sunday. But when you look at the actuals, it was actually 27.7 million, which is below 28 million. So there you have it for the numbers for this movie. So I don't know if the budget is available. So apparently the production budget is 125 million. So it has a while to go, assuming how well it does with the past couple of weeks. So as I said, there has been some takes. People have been talking about the performance of this movie. So really, it the question is this movie a box office flop? So I know a lot of people are saying, judging off opening weekend numbers, yes, it is. I'm sure there's others out there saying it's not. So in my opinion, I'm not gonna call it a flop just yet, because it hasn't been a week since this movie has been in theaters. So I think anything can happen. So perhaps um, it could have a steady box office performance where it could eventually make its money back, or it could be one of those cases where it declines, because this coming weekend the big movie coming out is the new installment of the Planet of the Apes franchise, and it'll be interesting to see how well that movie does opening weekend. So for me, yeah, I think, as I said, we'll just have to wait and see. But I just hate the fact that we have to judge the movie being a flop or not just based off opening weekend numbers, because again, those, I would say, it's not like an indicator on the movie being a flop and all that stuff, because we've seen cases where movies, let's say, have not done so well opening weekend, but have were able to do better within coming weeks, that it eventually made its money back, or made more than that. So yeah, so I do think, my opinion, why this movie underperformed, it comes all down to marketing. So for me, when I saw the trailers for this movie, I was not too impressed. I was on the fence, but I just was not. it did not sold me to go see this movie in theaters. But it wasn't until the movie had a couple viral moments in regards to marketing, where, for example, Ryan Gosling, he hosted SNL, and Emily Blunt made an appearance, and also too throughout the promos for this movie, the cast and crew, kept insisting that with the stunt performers should get recognized, by the Oscars and all that stuff. So, which I do agree with because they should. And I think because of those, for me, is why I decided to go see this movie, and I'm glad I saw it in the theaters. So, also too, I learned about this movie that apparently it's based off like a '80s TV series, and I'm not familiar with the TV series. So, but when I read the synopsis on Google, because essentially it focuses on a guy who's a stuntman who moonlights as a bounty hunter, and then with this movie, there's none of that. So again, I've not seen the TV series, so I don't know how faithful it is in comparison. But just based on that synopsis and what I saw with this movie, it's completely different. And coming back to marketing, they never promoted it as an adaptation of the series, from my recollection. So I just did not get that choice because if it was not a direct adaptation, it seemed like more like an inspiration, in my opinion. They could have just marketed of that, essentially just marketed as if it's essentially an adaptation of the series, whether it's direct or a loose adaptation. But they should have mentioned that it's based off the TV series, in my opinion. So yeah, because I do hope this does not spell like the end for action comedy movies, because we'll just have to wait and see. Because I know Bad Boys 4 is coming out in June. I don't really have faith with that movie just based off the trailer. I'm sure there's other action comedies coming out. I just can't remember right now, but we'll just have to wait and see. So I do hope we see more movies like this in the future. But I look at things case by case. Like, just because a certain one type of movie doesn't do well does not mean all of them are not going to do well. So those are my thoughts on this. Let me know what do you guys think about this situation in the comment section. Also, too, you can view my socials in the description. And I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope to catch you on the next one.